talked about is how North Carolina in-state tuition is a lot more affordable and makes a whole lot more sense than South Carolina. South Carolina, we're all over the place, and we need to fix that ASAP. We need to fix that ASAP. And I give some of y'all now, when you decide to stay in state anyway because he got more money, that's because we missed out on the opportunity to get the money from North Carolina A&T, which is NCAT, which I have a feeling we would have gotten more money if we would have, because there was a loan my mom told me about, but I didn't follow up with my son, and that was my biggest regret. I felt like I didn't follow up enough with him with scholarships, seeing him through, looking to see if it's submitted. I just took his word for it. Do I believe my son applied for scholarships? Yes, I did. But now I understand why his guidance counselor told us, his former school counselor said, every week you need to be applying for a scholarship. It was the beginning of his senior. She said every week submit a scholarship because it's that competitive out there. It is so competitive. Now, thankfully, scholarships are all year round, but I would have rather had him been in a place where we're not having to get more money. And let's be honest, Joshua's everything is paid for. We're going for the overflow. Okay. So thankfully there's some money that we have access to that allows him not to come out of his dime at all. But let's say Joshua didn't have access to that money and we would have came up $20,000 short. Guess where he would have been going? With his 4.0 GPA, which is multiple accolades, he would have went to Midlands Tech because he understands the value and the cost of college and why go to school for 2 years. Like for instance, um, there was one school he got into, but the school was like, you got to go to Tech. But I'm paying you for you, not for Tech. Nah, if we're gonna do that, you're gonna go to Tech for 2 years, which is tens of thousands of dollars cheaper. And one thing about our Midlands Tech, our degree program here, you can transfer anywhere in the state. Long as you're successful, long as your grades are point, you can go transfer anywhere in the state. And this video is going longer than I expected. But the point I'm trying to make is parents, and also parents, you don't have to wait until your senior year, your junior year for your child to go to college. So right now as an elementary school student, right now as a middle school student, there are scholarships your child can apply for. Also, when you go on FAFSA, and I don't know how I forgot that, and I need to get on Joshua about that. FAFSA, once you go through the FAFSA process, they will recommend scholarships to you that you can apply for. Okay. So there's no excuse, but at the same time, it takes a lot of work and it's very competitive because you're not just competing for your child to go to college. Think about if your child, like my son's class, had 397 people. Think about that times, I think we have 5 schools in our district. Think about your city, your state, your country. You're competing with all those kids for money. And not everybody's staying in state. So you're competing. Everyone is competitive. So get the money, but it's going to take some work.